What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about a few facts that you might not have known about Brazil. Okay, if you're Brazilian, I hope you know these facts. So this video is for people who are interested in learning a little bit more about Brazil, so share it with one of your friends if you are a Brazilian. For a lot of people, these facts might be kind of obvious, but I was surprised to learn how little people generally know about Brazil. In order to bridge this gap, I will be making a series of videos teaching about Brazil in English. I've already made a few videos like this. That playlist is in the description. Okay, so now for the fun facts about Brazil. First off, they speak Portuguese. Yes, Portuguese. This seems pretty obvious, but I was surprised to learn that a lot of people don't know that. I guess this confusion comes from the fact that most countries in Latin America speak Spanish, but in fact in Brazil they speak Portuguese. It is the biggest Portuguese-speaking country in the world, so they don't speak Spanish or Brazilian. Brazilian is not a language, but Brazilian Portuguese is quite different from European Portuguese and also African Portuguese. Mozambique, Cape Verde, East Timor, Angola are a few other countries that speak Portuguese, and of course Portugal. Speaking of Portugal, they were founded by the Portuguese. I assume that you made that connection, but maybe an interesting fact that you didn't know, the Portuguese relocated their court to Rio de Janeiro during the Napoleonic Wars. So it was the seat of Portuguese power, and eventually Brazil became independent from the Portuguese, not through a revolutionary war, but from the fact that the Prince of Portugal, Dom Pedro, did not want to go back to Portugal, and he decided to declare Brazil independent from Portugal. That's another story. I'll teach another day. There's a lot of fun history to teach. How did Brazil get its name? It got its name from a tree, or specifically a type of wood called Brazilwood, pau-brasil. This wood was the first product of value that the Europeans found to extract. It wouldn't be the last. They extracted this to make expensive amber dyes in Europe, and that's how the country got its name, from the first most valuable product, and that was Brazilwood. This tree has been almost deforested into extinction, but you can find it in certain botanical gardens, especially in the botanical garden in Rio de Janeiro. Brazil is the 5th biggest country in the world in terms of population, with around 210 million people, just behind Indonesia and just ahead of Pakistan. So it's a very big country, and that's why you can find Brazilians everywhere. It's also a very large country geographically. The capital of the country is Brasilia, not Rio or Sao Paulo, as some people often think. In fact, Rio was at one time the capital. It was actually the capital for 197 years. And there was another capital before that, a colonial capital in Salvador in the state of Bahia. The capital of Brasilia was built in 1956 under then President Juscelino Kubitschek and designed by famous architect Oscar Niemeyer. It only took 41 months to build, which is pretty impressive for the city. It's a very interesting city to visit, very different from any other city I've visited. You could check out a vlog I made visiting the city here. Brazil is the world's largest coffee producer. It's also the world's largest soybean producer. In fact, soybean is its biggest export. Brazil is home to the Amazon, yes. Although the majority of Brazil's population does not live in the Amazon, the majority of Brazil's population lives in the southeast, in cities such as Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo in the state of Minas Gerais. So in fact, most Brazilians have not even visited the Amazon, but that does not mean that people don't live there. In fact, there are cities there, including Manaus, which is a city that has over 2 million people. A rich tradition, and at one point was one of the world's richest cities during a rubber boom. And you can see some of the effects of that boom in such buildings as the Amazon Theater right here. The people of Brazil are a mix between 3 cultures, the European, African, and indigenous. There also have been a few waves of immigrants, especially Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, and German. But a lot of people don't know that Brazil is home to over 2 million people of Japanese descent, making it the largest population outside Japan. To find out more about the Brazilian people, I made a video called You Don't Look Brazilian. The link is in the description. The Brazilian national dish is called feijoada. It is a meat and beans stew with a lot of kind of meats that you wouldn't normally eat alone, but when they're stewed together, they make a delicious dish. But Brazilians do not eat this every day, maybe once a week, but they will eat rice and beans every day. That is the staple of lunch. Lunch is the biggest meal, and every day people eat rice and beans with some kind of meat, unless they're vegetarian. And the national drink is a caipirinha, which is made from a Brazilian sugarcane liquor called cachaça. The most traditional caipirinha is made from cachaça and then kind of lemon squeezed like this, and ice, and a lot of sugar, but it's very good. And finally, Brazil is the only country to have 5 World Cup championships. A few other teams have 4, but Brazil is the only country to have 5 championships, but they haven't won in a while. They haven't won since, I think it was 2002 in Japan, or was it, or Korea? Japan, I forget where it was. But, so, you know, if they don't win again soon, other teams are catching up. So, come on, Neymar. Get it done. 3 years. Okay, those were a few fun facts about Brazil. I can make many more videos in this style if you like. The next video I'll make is about Brazilian geography to give you a better sense of Brazilian geography. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.